Welcome back to New Rockstars. I'm Erik Voss, and a new trailer for She-Hulk has just dropped. This is gonna be my live reaction to it. We have yet to see Tatiana Maslany's full green face and her appearance as the Hulkified Jennifer Walters, with She-Hulk and Hulk not being inexpensive characters for Marvel Studios to animate and bring to life, especially on Disney+. So it's incredible that we're seeing this as a Disney+ title. Looks like it is coming August 17th. You know we're gonna be covering it like crazy. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna react to it, give you my initial thoughts and impressions, and then tomorrow will be my in-depth frame-by-frame breakdown of this trailer. So let's see what we're working with. Here we go.
Being a superhero is a trial by fire. Who's gonna protect the world if it's not people like you?
Is that the car wreck? Why she needs a transfusion?
I'm Jennifer Walters. I'm a lawyer. I have great friends.
Can we get some shots, please? It's an emergency.
A demanding job.
We just started a superhuman law division, and I want you to be the face of it.
Abomination's back,
And
baby.
a frustrating family.
Cause you didn't ask for this, but you still gotta deal with it. Your transformations are triggered by anger and fear.
Those are like the baseline of any woman just existing. Oh. Bruce, kind of feels like if I don't transform, I'm gonna die.
My God.
Yes, yes, yes. No, no.
I just want to be a normal, anonymous lawyer.
Can you tell us where She-Hulk is?
Jen, you're a story now.
Girl, your ass looks crazy right now. You could be an Avenger.
Oh, I'm not a superhero. That is for billionaires and narcissists and adult orphans for some reason.
Damn. Attorney at law. Love it.
Is there anything more depressing than dating in your 30s?
This is the best date I've had in a while.
Oh,
Should we split some fries?
let's get those to go.
I can't honestly tell you exactly what I am feeling right now, but holy shit, this is Marvel's horniest show yet. Look, I don't want to be gross about this, but I'm just saying there's a lot of guys out there who are watching this trailer and taking it to go. Okay, so let's start with who Jennifer Walters is. She is the cousin to Bruce Banner. In the comics, Jennifer Walters is an attorney who ends up running afoul of some organized crime entities, and they gun her down. She gets shot, so she desperately needs a blood transfusion, which is where Bruce Banner comes in, gives her a blood transfusion, and then that blood ends up giving her similar powers to Bruce Banner, where she's able to Hulk out. But the key difference between her and Hulk is that in the comics, most of the time, she has more control over her hulking abilities. This show looks like it's doing a similar origin story, but there is a car accident, and I assume that is what requires her to need some kind of blood transfusion. Now, we have to wonder how exactly they're able to get that blood out of Bruce Banner. I mean, he is in permanent Smart Hulk form after Avengers Endgame, so would any needle be able to pierce his skin? Probably not. But we have to assume that after 18 months of testing in the Gamma Lab, he probably has a lot of his blood and his blood serum on supply. I think what I'm loving most about this trailer is the tone of the She-Hulk character. What's so great about the She-Hulk comics is that it has like a satirical sense of humor. In a lot of ways, she reminds you of Deadpool. She breaks the fourth wall. She comments on how ridiculous her name is and how ridiculous her existence is, and she owns it. She's one of the smartest, one of the funniest, and just one of the fiercest and coolest characters in the comics. And even when she stays hulked out, she continues to be an awesome attorney. She defends all kinds of people. She actually ends up working a case in front of the TVA at one point. And I also just like how the show isn't afraid of the inherent sexuality of the character. That's another thing that the comics totally embraced. The She-Hulk character in the comics, in a lot of ways, was really a self-satire of Marvel Comics, and the way those comics would completely objectify female characters with completely unrealistic body proportions. She-Hulk embraces all that satire, and she makes a lot of sexual references and sexual innuendos and puns, wearing all of that on her face, as this trailer does. And again, I swear, I'm not trying to be gross about this, but that has been something really missing from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The fact that the fundamental aspect of humanity is the fact that we all have sexual urges. And throughout throughout all the Marvel titles, there hasn't been a lot of references to that. They usually keep it way too safe. So the fact that this show's willing to flirt, I think it's gonna be great. Now, our friends at Epic Hero Shop just dropped their Epic Summer Collection. These t-shirts and tanks are inspired by various alcohol brands with a twist of nerd. They've got Asgard IPA merch from Fat Thor Brewing Company, Bat Cardi, Sokovia Vodka, and of course, there's no laws when you're drinking Wakanda Claws. Now, keep your actual summer beverages cold with these soup can koozies inspired by various Marvel costumes. They've got Captain American, Spider-Can, and the Iron Can MK32. You can't put a suit of armor around the world, but you can put one around your drink. They've also dropped their full Multiverse of Madness collection with some spoilery items that showcase the big cameos and moments from the film. Epic Hero is always putting out cool creative merch inspired by our favorite content. You better believe they had shirts for Agatha all along, or Loki variant, almost immediately after those concepts entered our vocabulary. And hey, if you have a background in graphic design, Epic Hero is actually looking for designers to join them at their Austin office. So click the link in the description and prepare to have an epic summer at epicheroshop.com with their summer themed designs and their full Multiverse of Madness collection. But we gotta talk about Tim Roth coming back as Abomination Emil Blonsky. I'm so excited that we're getting this phase 1 callback. Now, of course, we saw Abomination in Shang-Chi, and Tim Roth was credited for the role, I guess for the vocalization of it, but we didn't actually see Tim Roth in that movie. I love that they're bringing him back on the show, and that he's capable of depowering back into human form. It actually seems like this field that they're keeping him in might prevent him from hulking out, maybe emitting some kind of a frequency. Actually, I think the last we heard of Blonsky was in an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode where Coulson threatened another agent by saying, oh, I'm gonna send you up to Alaska to guard Blonsky's cold storage vault or something like that. I like how we're exploring the whole criminal justice and containment aspect of the MCU. She's now working as an attorney in this high security facility. It looks like it's in a remote desert location far away from any civilization. Just like how S.W.O.R.D. was introduced in WandaVision, it looks like She-Hulk is expanding this corner of the world. Now, Jamila Jamil is playing Titania, Mary McFerrin, who's considered really the arch nemesis of She-Hulk in the comics, who possesses similar superhuman strength and durability after being exposed to some alien technology. So it's not exactly the same process that creates Titania that creates She-Hulk, but they are like considered evenly matched strength-wise. It looks like here she may be like a rival attorney. It looks like Bruce now has a residence on this remote island, which is interesting that he'd want to live here. It's not like he has to worry about raging out and causing any damage, but I guess the guy deserves a bit of retirement. There's a very quick sighting in this trailer of a character who I'm pretty sure is Frogman, Eugene Patilio. A relatively minor character in the Marvel comics who often intersects with the Avengers in various ways. A total goofball of a character who basically isn't powered. He just has a suit with these powered leaping coils that allow him to like leap up over buildings. Looks like he is in the process of jumping here. We know from the description that Benedict Wong, as Wong, is going to show up in this, which is funny how really the MCU is becoming the Wong cinematic universe, I would say. But I assume that Wong's gonna appear in this to explain what his relationship with Abomination was in Shang-Chi. Really, I'm just most excited for the show as a legal comedy, one that can deal with the legal issues of the entire MCU. That's a way that we could get Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox to show up in this show. Everything that could be going on with the Dark Avengers slash the Thunderbolts, which is really what I think Yelena Belova and John Walker and perhaps Abomination might be tied in with. This is exactly the kind of show where you could imagine Julie Louis-Dreyfus showing up as Val. And I pointed this out before, but we're starting to get a sense of the general law and order of the MCU. The Multiverse of Madness just showed us the Living Tribunal, which is the cosmic legal authority for everything in the MCU. Beneath them, we have tiers like the TVA and the Ennead. So it really makes sense to see legal drama unfold from the ground level. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of griping about the uncanny valleyness, the awkwardness of the animation on the face. To be honest, maybe I just have like an internal filter where that stuff doesn't really bother me that much, because really, whenever I watch a Marvel thing, all of it just kind of looks like living, breathing, walking cartoons anyway, and I just kind of go with it. I mean, that's just me. I understand if it takes you out of it. Also, they have a few more months, and they always continue to improve the VFX between trailer and release. Overall, what's more important to me is the sense of humor, the tone, the writing, the storytelling, the world building, and this show seems to have all of that in spades. So I'm super excited for She-Hulk. A healthy, wholesome level of excited. Trust me. Let me know your favorite part of this trailer. Again, there's a lot in here. I really need to go through it frame by frame. I'm sure I missed quite a bit of stuff. So the breakdown is coming out tomorrow. You're gonna love it. Again, you can support New Rockstars by checking out our merch options at newrockstarsmerch.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at EA Voss. Follow New Rockstars. Subscribe to New Rockstars for more breakdowns of everything you love. Thanks for watching. Bye.